What's going on, y'all? What's going on? We are back in for another episode review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 7, episode 5. Let me tell you something. Somebody said something in the comments 2 episodes ago when I was talking about Stevie, and I failed to mention this last week because I wanted to touch on that. Talking about how is Stevie a predator and all this stuff, and their username begins with an MEH something, whatever, I can't pronounce it. Baby, let me just tell you something. When and this is a dumb thought anyway, and I'm not really calling you dumb, but the logic is, I'm just saying. Because the question or whatever she left, she, he, whoever the fuck, and then people that was agreeing, how is Stevie J a predator when the girls are having consensual sex with him? Just because you have consensual sex does not mean that the person that you're having consensual sex with is not a predator. Okay? Predators, they stalk their prey, they groom their prey, and then they attack and pounce on their prey. Okay? That's what they do. Predator, prey. Look it up, all right? Stevie J, he buttered up those girls. That's what he does, okay? He flashes stuff in front of them to make it seem like, oh, your dream is going to come true with this and your dream is going to come true with that. Just sign with me and just do this and do that. And if you do this with me, you're going to have the fucking world. That's a fucking predator, okay? It's not that hard to understand how he's a predator, okay? He plays with these girls' emotions, and predators usually go after weaklings, okay? And he going after these girls who got issues, okay? Jocelyn, strip club, fucked up home life, been raped, doing all this stuff. Same thing with Estelita, okay? That's what he's doing, all right? I mean, it wasn't that hard to put out there, but I need to put that out there. But anyway, let's get into this episode. Like, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Just because you had consensual sex with somebody don't mean nothing. Anyway, moving on from that. Um, this episode starts off with Tommy and going to see Tiara where they left off with last week. We was all sitting here confused as fuck. You giving this little monologue like you finna go make up for your past and shit. I'm thinking she finna go talk to her mom in there and apologize. No, she finna talk to Tiara. Come to find out, Tiara's the one that called her up and trying to guess see where she's at and get a little bit closer. Did you and Scrap have a little bit of closure? I'm just trying to see, have you spoken to him? Do you know anything? Has KK told you anything? KK and her ain't speaking no more. That's over and done with. She said she don't want to deal with and go back and forth with senior citizens and shit like that. We all remember that whole thing that happened, okay? The live stream and everything, because KK went the fuck in last season. But she was just wanting to know what was going on with Scrap. She was like, girl, I haven't heard from him in anything, because he might be getting out sooner than later. And she was like, oh, for real? Now, Tommy feels the type of way because Scrap didn't tell her. But, I mean, y'all ain't in a relationship like that. You ain't go down there to visit him in jail if you could. But, it is what it is. And Tiara just want to know if, because Tommy was like, so y'all thinking about getting back together? It was like, yeah, we trying to work the shit out for the kids or whatever, see if we can work it out to get back together or at least live in the house together as a family. I hate when y'all do that shit. I really do. Y'all sit here and y'all act as if, oh, I'm doing this for the kids. I want the kids because I didn't grow up in a 2-parent household. I don't want my kids to grow up in a 1-parent household like I did, so I will just let somebody live up in my house, the baby daddy live in my house or the baby mama live in my house, and we not really together, and just give off this false premise to the kids that we are a family unit. Bitch, the kids know. The kids fucking know, and you fucked them up even fucking more, okay? Because you fucking lying to them and you playing games with them, okay? Stop that bullshit. Moving on. So, I was like, Tiara, really? You trying to figure out if Tommy and Scrap still got some shit together? I get it, but then it's like, fuck that bitch. And if you gotta do all of this to figure out whether or not your man gonna cheat on you and gonna go back to this girl, why are you trying to get back with this motherfucker? That tells a lot right there if you have to go through all of this. Anyway, Tommy said you can have that bitch. So, Rashida and Carly at the gym. Let me just ask this question because the trainer, maybe he was putting on for the camera. Do they really be touching all over you like that? Because, bitch, I have to say, don't. I mean, unless you a fine ass girl, but, No, even then, don't touch me if I don't know you like that. We here to do work and I'm sweating and shit. Like, don't do that. Ugh, get the fuck. It was just irritating me. And then to see those brands on his arms or whatever that was just bulging out, I was like, so you was branded in college or whatever. Okay. HBCU, bitch. Beyonce performing at Coachella again this weekend. I gotta find the stream. Anyway, so Carly ain't doing shit. And the whole thing that Rashida's there for is so she can get herself back in shape because she is going to take the deal that Kirk put on the table, but she has not spoken to him about it. But, at this point, because Carly started asking about what's going on with her home life with Kirk and all that stuff. Well, we living separately, we co-parent and all that stuff, because did find out that the baby is his. And it was like, what, bitch? Now, let me tell you something, Rashida. This is where you fucked up at. You said, now Carly's my girl, but the bitch, I don't want my news and my business all over fucking Atlanta, so I'm not gonna tell her every goddamn thing. You told her already too much when you said Kirk is the baby dad. That's what you did, okay? So they gonna do that shit. And Carly suggesting that, Rashida fuck around with the trainer. Bitch. He look like his dick probably small. Anyway, I always kind of like look at niggas who got big, extremely big muscles like that, like they probably got a small dick. It just goes there sometimes. I'm like, how? And why? Okay. Then you get this scene with Jessica Dime, she's at the office, doctor's office, OBGYN, Dr. Jackie, who is everybody's in Atlanta, upper echelons, OBGYN. She be on all these Atlanta freaking reality shows, whoever pregnant. And she getting her coin, so hey, do what you gotta do, bitch. And Jessica, she's there by herself because Sean is overseas playing games, trying to get the money right. And that whole situation with her mom, and she don't want the judgment and all that stuff. But listening to Dr. Jackie and seeing that, you don't have nobody here, you're going to need somebody. She's thinking about she has to go that route and, make sure that she tie up some loose ends and get shit back on track. And they listen to the baby heartbeat, like Dr. Jackie said, we keep calling the baby he, even if it's a she or he, until we find out what the sex. Because I was like, so it's a boy? I thought they was having a girl. But okay, it's cute. So Tommy and Tammy just comes out of nowhere. I was like, bitch, I didn't even know you. Well, I guess they make appearances, but she ain't on the show like that, and they go meet up. What the fuck did Tommy have on? Okay, like it's one thing to try to be creative and try to be sexy with your stuff. You can be classy sexy, you can be raunchy sexy, you can just be type of sexy. But that garter belt, the I don't know, the red thing, and then it looked like it was bending over, and then it's like the dress, claps on the side with a button, but then her ass cheek was hanging out, and it was like, okay, Tommy, these fashions just gotta go. Anyway, she meets up with Young Jock. They just, wrapping it up and, seeing what's been going on. And did he know about Scrap getting out of jail? He didn't know, and he was just saying how he didn't know about that whole love triangle that was going on between Scrap and Tommy and Tiara, and then the Carly shit. But he got a taste of it last season when Jock and was messing around with Tommy, but not really. You know what I'm saying? It was just a mess. And so, Tommy started going into the whole thing about, getting into it with her family and getting into it with her sister. She got a court case, and she finally admits that her sister did not call the cops on her, but she claims that the sister made a statement. Mind you, the sister says she didn't make no statement. Okay? So who the fuck is lying? That's what I want to fucking know. And Tammy, shut the fuck up. Because you sitting there, see, what we don't do, we don't call the cops on nobody. Well, the sister didn't call the cops, okay? Like Tommy dumbass really said, she came up to her job around people who are not used to all their family chaos, okay? And so the first thing in their mind is, call the fucking cops, okay? Don't engage this bullshit. Call the cops. And that's exactly what you're supposed to fucking do, okay? You up here acting out and doing stupid shit. Call the fucking cops. Bitch, I can't wait to get into what it is to talk about that Starbucks situation because, anyway, moving on from that. Speaking of cops. Fuck that. But, we get to this whole scene where Stevie J got all his friends, or I guess his close friend. He got Kirk, Young Jock. He got his kids, his two daughters, and his two older sons, and then he has Mimi comes, and Mimi brings Ty. They cool or whatever now, and Kurt Jock is over there trying to holler at girls. Kurt is like, we ain't here for that. I've learned my lessons from all the stuff that's been going on. I'm not gonna look or talk to no other female other than my wife. I said, bitch, how old are you to know that that's what you should have been doing in the first fucking place? Oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all so fucking dumb. But anyway, Mimi, like, I just can't wait to see what shit show he finna do. Is he engaged? Is he this? Is he that? And I just brought Tat so she can watch the whole shit unfold. Oh, you are a petty little bitch. But I probably would have did the same thing. Let me just stop playing. I'm probably doing the same thing. Okay. But he brings them over there and basically say he gotta go to New York for a case, and I'm thinking it's the child support case. And if they don't you know, if it goes according to plan or if it don't go according to his plan, they're gonna give him 4 months, and if you don't see him in 4 months, you'll see him in 4 months. That's what it is. So Stevie and Mimi sit down separately from everyone because when he released, okay, so his second son wasn't there, Stevie Jr. Now come to find out, let me backtrack a little bit. The reason why he's doing this child support thing, it is that child support case where he owed like $1.3 million. And to be quite honest, I'm gonna say that I think it's fucked up, that he still has to go through this shit. I don't know all the complete details, but from what he said and from what we've been hearing, and come to find out, it's for Stevie Jr. and Savannah. Mind you, they're on a show together, okay? And they're always together. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? He said it's from years ago, from when he first got on the child support when he was making a particular type of income. But as the years progressed, he was not making that type of income. So instead of the course adjusting it to fit his income, what he was making, it basically fucked him over as if he was still making these big dollars and he wasn't, so he's been fighting that shit for years. And it's fucked up because you can see the relationship and you see the kids ain't hurting for nothing. Obviously he paid for their college and stuff like that. Stevie Jr. is still in school. Savannah was living with him while she was in school or not in school or whatever. So it was messed up. I feel for the kids. Eva, she wasn't there. Little Eva. And Mimi was like, how do you tell a 8-year-old that their father is going to be going away for 4 months, who is basically a daddy's girl, And he just told her, don't say nothing to her. Just say, if she asks that I had to take a little vacation or something like that. And so at this point, Stevie J thought it was okay and this was the right thing to do, to leave Mimi in charge of all his affairs, okay? I'm not gonna do no shit like this, bitch. If you running a goddamn label or a business, you don't leave somebody who's not working in your business or your label or whatever a charge of your affairs. I understand Mimi or whatever, but the shit just ain't gonna get done the way that you want it to get done. And this is why I'm sitting here like, why you girls still want to fucking deal with this type of shit? Alright? You want her to do Estelita shit. You want her to do the shit with Just Brittany. Then you get in your feelings a little bit because you gave Just Brittany the contract to sign to manage her, and she gave it to her lawyers, and she has yet to sign it. And you like, I bet you she gonna sign it and all that shit. And I'm like, Brittany, don't sign that shit. I can't stand that Cabbage Patch looking ass bitch. But don't sign this. Don't sign that shit. Don't falter on your fucking morals. Well, whatever morals that is, whatever your first man was, don't do that shit. Cause you see how he doing. You saw how he played games when he first came up in there and brought them girls up in there when you was doing your rehearsals. That was his fault. Now had he not told them to come in there, none of that shit would have popped off. Stevie is a messy ass bitch. That is exactly what he is, to be quite honest. Okay. Then you want her to manage Erica Mena. The fuck? Erica Mena signed a Deja Jones too? Like, girl, stop it. I'm just sitting here like, this is dumb. This is dumb. Just Brittany shows up with Keely. She said at first she wasn't gonna come, but you know, Keely said come. She come and she was like, cause she wasn't even no party move. Then come to find out, you know, Mimi get introduced to Just Brittany and talking about what they need to do and all this stuff, and that Stevie J might be going away to the feds and all this shit. And she was like, so this is a going away party? What the fuck is going on? Thank God I didn't sign this goddamn management check. And I said don't. And you know, when she was getting told about Mimi finna get ready to, you know, manage all of them and well, look after the affairs of all of them, she said, don't mention my name with Estelina. I don't want nothing, you know, nothing I do to be in conjunction with that bitch. It's understandable. They don't get a fucking loan. First impressions is last impressions for some people. And at this point, Stevie J gets in his feelings a little bit. It was like, well, you got to sign them papers and all this stuff. And, you know, he want to do this showcase and put all this stuff. He got real petty. And I want to put all this stuff together and, you know, let Estelita perform, let Erica Mena perform. Just Brittany was like, bitch, I'm performing too. No, you're not performing because you're not even signed to me. I said, see, that's what he does, all right? So he tried to use what he knows that these people want to against them. But see, I think he met his match with Just Brittany, because if by the end of this episode she don't stick to her shit and she stay to what she's saying, don't sign to that bitch, she done met her fucking match. He done met her fucking match. His fucking match, I should say. You know, because you're not going to try to use something that I really want against me just so you can get your way. All right? She was like, bitch, he going to say something, well, you ain't going to have the song. I'm going to do this. I give it to Mary J. And I said, bitch, what? She said, no, bitch, you may have produced some shit on there, but I wrote that shit, so that's my shit. Okay? And it was a good thing. You know, Keely kind of did come in handy because she did say she wanted to be the project manager and help out, you know, Just Brittany with the whole thing. Maybe it is a good thing that she there, because she was like, if your ass is going to jail, you ain't got no say as to who gonna be into what, okay? And I'm gonna rock this. And I said, okay. And I thought Keely said she knew Stevie J, or did she say she knew of him? Because Stevie J said he didn't know her at all, but he do want her on the team. I was like, don't get involved. Why y'all still getting involved with him in this day and age, okay? You can give it to Mary J. So wait a minute. You give it to Mary J. Mary J got to sign to your ass for her to get it. You want to tell Mary J that shit. You doing that shit because these are young fucking dummies. But Just Brittany ain't trying to go that route. Then Jessica Dime, you know, she trying to get her wedding stuff together, but nobody's there to help her. The only bridesmaids that's actually in Atlanta is Carly. She shows up. Sean was supposed to show up, but he had to do a last minute practice and, you know, all this shit. And at first, you know, Carly was talking about the whole situation with her mama and shit like that. And then Sean pops up. And then she was like, oh my God, you said you weren't coming. Listen, I missed everything already. I missed the first heartbeat. I missed the first this. Carly said, bitch, what? The first what? What? She was like, okay, bitch, I'm pregnant. Oh my God, you're pregnant. I was like, shut the fuck up. But basically, they was just telling her, you got to sit there and you got to have a conversation with your mama. Come to find out, they did have an argument because the mama was mad that Jessica said that her mama sent her to juvie on the fucking reunion last season. Mind you, Jessica said that probably in the first season that she was on here. So now your mama still mad at that? Mama, get the fuck over it, okay? So Tommy acting like she really getting down up there, you know, writing and stuff for the studio and shit. And her brothers come over, you know, showing her the picture, the portrait. And of course, she and her feeling about the whole thing. And I just hate the fact that it's like the brothers are really on Tommy's side. And they don't see that everybody in this situation is wrong. And, you know, they want them to sit down and fucking talk that shit out. But Tommy ain't here for it. I'm like, just let that shit go. Cause you know you can't fight ignorance with ignorance. Moving on from that, back at the gym when Rashida and Carly was there, Rashida said she ain't even talking to Kurt or nothing like that. You know, she got some camera stuff that needs to be fixed, some light needs to be fixed up and pressed, but she don't want him down there. She ain't finna call him to come do that. Carly suggested that the trainer do it, and I said, girl, stop it, cause she trying to hook them up and trying to make some sparks fly. And this bitch went on ahead and called the trainer and had him come down there. He come down there with that toolbox and that tool belt on with his booty. That nigga must do like 1,000 squats a day, or I should say 1,000 squats every other hour, because that nigga booty was like out there. When you walk with your booty on your back, bitch, I said, he is not cute. He not cute. He just muscular, okay? I'm just put that out there. And Miss Charlene, you know, her panties was moist, okay, the pins and all. And Kelsey was like, "Hi, my name is Kelsey, and that's my I'm her husband's daughter. That's who I am, okay?" And I was like, "Bitch, shut the fuck up, okay? Just let them play for a minute. Just let them play for a minute." Rashida ain't finna do shit, even though she deserves. And Kelsey got on my nerves because here she go. "Even though I know my daddy hurt my stepmama really, really bad, I still want them to work things out. I still want them to let's try." I said, "Bitch, this ain't the first fucking time that some shit like this has happened where he cheated and you knew about it and it was put on display for national TV and all this shit. But you want them to continue to work this shit out. Bitch, you the type of person that probably in a relationship with a nigga that fucking cheats on your ass all the fucking time. You have your nigga get a baby on your ass that ain't come from out your uterus and his sperm, bitch, and you tell me you gonna take him back too?" Okay, because Rashida gonna take her back too. So I guess y'all peas what is it? Bitch, birds of a fucking feather, they flock goddamn together. You know who the fuck what? I just realized that Mama D, because I seen that video of Mama D doing her little remix version to Bodak Yellow. Bitch, let me just tell you something. The shit went though. I actually liked it. The only thing that was fucked up about it is, you know, besides the little Angel Brings knockoff fashion over glittery catsuit that she had on, she couldn't lip sync for shit, bitch. I said, damn, keep the mic and keep your mouth moving to the words to your mouth, bitch. But other than that, I just realized that they are really not on the show. So Tommy goes to the studio. Spice is in the studio putting down a track that I most likely probably gonna be, you know, listening to. And you know, she was like, she met Tommy at an award show. She has heard some things, and they click. She heard some things about her and her drinking and stuff like that, but you know, she don't like to go off of what people say. She want to see the person for themselves first and make her own judgment. So right now, Tommy is cool with her. You know, they start sitting down, they start talking about, you know, their lives and how, you know, Tommy was going through some stuff with her siblings, and then, you know, Spice got some brothers and sisters, and she was disappointed in her older brother because the father passed when she was 9 years old, and she felt like he should have, you know, stepped up and, you know, helped give them the tools to guide them and all this stuff, but he was probably just a kid too, so you can't expect him to do that. He's not your father. But all right, you know, and Tommy starts crying. She was like, you know, it's just a lot of pressure when you the oldest and all this stuff. It was like, I'm not an alcoholic, but I drink because it frees me and it opens me up, and you know, it just takes a lot of the stuff away. Spice said, if this bitch spoken like a true alcoholic, first of all, that is what alcoholics say, okay? You know, come on. But Spice said, I don't think you need to be drinking. That's not the answer. But if you know, some shit pop off with Tommy, she ain't gonna fuck with her like that, okay? You know, of course Tommy did tell her about the whole Carly Red situation, at least parts of it. And because Spice, you know, was saying who she knew out there because Tommy had asked, but you know, Spice for the most part seemed like she just trying to come on this show, get her check, do a little music, get a little promo, and get the fuck out. That's what she seemed like. Next thing you see, Mimi meeting up with Estelita and Erica, telling them about the whole thing with Stevie. And they little perturbed. First of all, Erica's like, I'm not even on that label, so okay. And Estelita's like, so he going away. Why he couldn't tell us himself? Which is true. You should have told your artist what's going on and not them hearing it from the grapevine, okay? Then, you know, she's telling him about how he wants the showcase to go on, and he wants Erica, he wants Estelita, and he wants just Brittany. And they over there making jokes, and at this point, Erica and Estelita lame as fuck, alright? And it was like, well, Keely and just Brittany supposed to come up and all this stuff. And here go Erica. I was like, I thought she was signed to Rick Ross. It's like Rick Ross don't want her. All she wanted was to probably get him some wings. I was like, okay, girl. Okay, girl, I don't like the bitch either, but you coming out really fucking lame on this show. Like, you probably should have stayed gone, because this is not a good look, bitch. But any fucking way, when they said that she was coming up, as the leader, girl, who the fuck you scaring? So we gonna have to move this stuff, because it's gonna be a whole bunch of, shit thrown. Shit, I'm the queen of throwing drinks and shit. I said, Erica, that ain't shit to be proud of. And here go Esther Leader. Y'all, because no, we gonna throw hands and shit. Like I said, bitch, you ain't finna do shit. Shut up. Just Brittany and Keely show up, and all that rah-rah talk that Erica and Espolita was doing goes out the window for a second. Here they go. I mean, I guess we can do, I'm all here for women getting together. I'm giving, I give any artist a chance and see what they can do and all this shit. And then here go Estelita. The whole problem was, because Erica said our first impression wasn't really the best. I was like, no, y'all came up in there, talking all this shit. I was like, first of all, just Brittany, you dumb if you don't see what happened, okay? What happened was you were in a session and Stevie invited these girls to come knowing that this shit was going to pop off like that. So I get you upset because it popped off and they was attacking or, coming for you or whatever, and you was brought into the situation, but you need to focus most of that anger to Stevie because he set that shit up for you to get attacked like that, okay? That's one. Two, Estelita and Erica, they going back and forth with just Brittany all of a sudden, who gonna be the headliner, who gonna be this, and you look like this, and you look like that, empanadas and stuff like this. Bitch, you look like Shanae. You look like Shanae. You look like Shanae. I said, bitch, that shit wasn't even funny. It was low-key kind of offensive, but all right. What the fuck you trying to say, bitch? Erica was just doing the fuck too much, because just Brittany hit a chord with her when she said, bitch, go take care of your son. And she was like, bitch, you don't want the bitch to come out of hibernation. She said, come the fuck out of hibernation. I had to give it to just Brittany because Brittany was not fucking phased by that fucking them antics. And Erica, I like you, bitch, but stop it. Okay, we get it. You a veteran of this shit and you doing the same thing. And we know your playbook. You just fell right into the track doing the same thing. I'm not trying to be the old Erica Mina. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And yes, you did. And I don't know who the fuck that was in the purple shirt. I'm thinking that he works at the fucking restaurant that they was in. And he said, get these bitches out of here. And Erica was like, don't fucking touch me. Don't fucking touch me. He said, don't you fucking touch me. And I said, he a white man too, so he probably gonna get off of that shit. So, stop that shit, Erica. And Erica, I don't give a fuck about all you men in black, bitch. You here because of me, bitch. I gave y'all jobs. I said, this is the same reason why you got your ass gone from the last, from your season in New York, okay? You ain't give nobody fucking jobs, bitch. Mona did. Any fucking way. That was Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Y'all tell me how y'all feel.